Okay, let's dive right in. If you're prepping for the IELTS Academic Reading test, staring down that massive wall of text, well, it's incredibly stressful, right? But here's the secret. A lot of students lose crucial marks not because their English is bad, but because of a few simple structural errors in how they actually take the exam. In this explainer, we're going to uncover the 3 most common mistakes. Avoid these, and you could instantly salvage up to 6 lost marks on your next practice run. Sound good?
So, what are we looking at? These mark-killing mistakes are entirely preventable. Mistake number 1, reading the passage before you even look at the questions. Mistake number 2, actually finding the right answer but misspelling it. And mistake number 3, waiting until the absolute last minute to transfer your answers. Stick around because by the end of this explainer, you're going to have a rock-solid strategy to eliminate every single one of these.
All right, let's fix that first mistake right now. The mark-losing approach. It treats the IELTS test like you're curling up with a good novel. Starting at paragraph 1 and just trying to absorb everything. But the high-scoring approach is totally different. You want to read the questions carefully first. Doing this literally turns your brain into a highly efficient search engine. You're scanning only for the specific data the examiner wants, rather than trying to memorize some incredibly complex academic article. And why is that scanning approach so absolutely crucial? Because you only have 60 minutes. That's 60 minutes to complete 3 entire sections, which leaves you with just 20 minutes for each massive text. Let's be real, you simply do not have the luxury of reading every single word slowly. You've got to be tactical if you want to secure those marks. Before we jump into executing our strategy, we need to understand what the examiner is actually testing here. Yes, these are real passages from magazines and journals, but they are specifically chosen for a non-specialist audience. The examiner isn't testing your biology knowledge or your history trivia. They are purely testing your reading skills. If they do throw in some highly technical terms, don't sweat it. A simple glossary is usually right there for you. Which brings us to the core method. Think of this as your repeatable 3-step system for literally every reading section you face. 1. Read the questions. 2. Skim the passage. 3. Locate the details. We're going to break down exactly how to execute these steps right now. Oh, and stay with me here because in just a few minutes, we're going to apply this exact method to a diagram labeling example that is worth some seriously easy vital marks. All right, step 1. This sets your entire foundation. You've got to read every question carefully first, and as you do, physically interact with the paper. Get your pen moving and underline key concepts in the prompt. By doing this, you are actively priming your brain. That way, when you finally go to scan the text, the exact words the examiner is looking for will practically jump off the page at you. Moving on to step 2, skim the text quickly. Your goal here isn't deep comprehension. You're essentially just mapping the passage. And listen, here is a critical survival tip for this step. Do not panic over words you don't understand. Seriously, stopping to stress over advanced vocabulary completely ruins your pacing. Just keep your eyes moving and grab the broad strokes. And finally, step 3, locate the details. Now that you have the passage roughly mapped out in your head, go back, read the questions again, and hunt down those specifics. And remember this golden rule. The text contains exactly 100% of the answers. You will never ever need outside knowledge to get the mark. The answer is always right there in front of you. Okay, let's put this into practice with a specific scenario. Diagram labeling. Say you look at a prompt asking you to label a mitochondrion. Following our steps, you scan the text, you found the exact paragraph discussing cell structure, and boom, you located the word mitochondrion. But here is where students lose the easiest marks on the entire test. They go to write it on the answer sheet, and they misspell it. Maybe they miss the second O or forget the R. Guys, the examiner's rule here is super strict. If you don't copy the word from the text with absolute flawless spelling, you get 0 marks. So copy it exactly, letter for letter. Now, beyond finding those tiny details, you're also going to be tested on your overall understanding of a paragraph's main idea. If you're facing a matching headings question, try this brilliant tactic straight from the official examiner guidelines. Try underlining key words and ideas as you read. This physical action forces you to synthesize the core message in your mind, making those tricky matching questions so much easier to solve. And to make step 3 even faster, you should definitely use precision tactics during your initial skim. I like to call this leaving a trail of breadcrumbs. Circle place names, circle dates. Why? Well, if question 12 suddenly asks what happened in London in 1998, you don't have to reread the whole text. Your eyes will jump immediately back to the circles you already drew. It is a massive time saver. Half of this test is academic, but the other half, it's a pure mental game. If you hit a question that you simply cannot figure out, do not freeze. Just leave it. Staring at one single question for 10 minutes is a devastating time trap, and it's going to cost you easy points later on. Secure the easy marks first. You can always come back at the end if you have time. This actually brings us right back to one of the biggest fatal errors we talked about at the start. Your answers only count if they are on the official answer sheet. Writing the perfect, most brilliant answer on your question paper earns you absolutely nothing if it just stays there. And you must transfer those answers immediately. Why? Because of this absolute, non-negotiable rule. There is zero extra time given at the end of the reading test. None. Unlike the listening test, the second that clock hits 60 minutes, pencils are down. If your answers aren't transferred, they are gone forever. So please write them on the answer sheet as you go. All right, let's lock all of this in. Here is your Mark Maximizer checklist. 1. Read the questions first. 2. Skim the passage without stopping for unknown words. 3. Circle dates and names to leave a trail of breadcrumbs. 4. Spell those copied words perfectly. And 5. Transfer their answers immediately. Follow this method, and you are playing the game exactly how the examiner wants you to. So here's my challenge to you. I want you to apply this exact checklist to your very next practice test. Treat it like the real exam, and just watch how your score jumps simply by organizing your approach. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and definitely check out our other explainers to sharpen your exam skills even further. When exam day finally rolls around, are you going to be the student who runs out of time or the one with a foolproof system? Keep practicing, you've totally got this.